Welcome to this webinar on promoting your archival holdings using social media on Eloquent Archives. My name is Maria Robinson. I'm an archival consultant at Eloquent Systems. Well, access is central to the archives mission, and I think visibility is the aspect we struggle with most. Archives aren't exactly a popular hangout, and getting people who aren't seasoned researchers into your reading room can be a bit of a challenge. What is popular is spending hours browsing the internet. If you can get your product up on a website, you can increase your chances of reaching new audiences. The trick is making your product visible, piquing people's interests, and pulling them in. Eloquent is probably new to most of you, so I'm going to take you through some of the basics of the system and explain the features we offer that will help you get out of the gate running, promoting your heritage brand, and engaging your audience. I'll do a presentation followed by a live demo. So Eloquent Systems wants you to be able to see results within days of starting to use the system. We offer a web-based application with easy-to-use entry forms. These forms have all the necessary fields to adhere to professional descriptive standards. You can use single-entry screens with all of the available fields, or use the quick entry batch screens. So this is an example of the ISAT-G entry form. We also have RAD and DAX available. On each of the fields, you can hover over a help icon to get an excerpt from the standard with an explanation of that element and examples. Our batch entry screens using Eloquent Spreadsheet make it fast and easy to get basic data in fast. Enter dozens of folders or items at a single go. If you have data already in another system, like in Magic, or in another format, like Excel or EAD, we can do a mass import for you. There's no need to re-enter all of your data. Eloquent Archives delivers the full range of archival functions, including description, accessioning, controlled vocabulary and authority tables, management of physical holdings, researcher and research request tracking, and other workflow functions. The other critical part of getting up and running quickly is making these records available to your public. We take care of customizing your catalog's welcome page to match your institution's look and feel. We encourage you to place links and search boxes directly on your website to help invite people to browse your holdings. The aim is to make this page attractive and easy to use for a novice searcher. So this example shows the Van Dusen Botanical Garden Library's website. It's got a bold, flashy link that leads directly to their online catalog. When you click that link, you get a seamless transition. So we've helped them duplicate the style of their website with the colors and the images, so it feels like you've never actually left their site. Emporia State University shows not only a link to their catalog, but they feature a keyword search box that encourages people to dive right in and get results. Because you're able to get your descriptive records in quickly, and because we take care of customizing your main page, people can now begin searching through your catalog. You can make it easy for them to find new and interesting materials by providing search suggestions or save search links for them to click on. We can also add a new materials or a photographs only checkbox for searching. And users also have the option to click a single button to see all of your top level descriptions in one go, ready for exploration. Once users have started browsing and searching through your records, they have the opportunity to share their findings with their friends over their social network of choosing. For example, Facebook, Twitter, email, and more. Eloquent provides these social media buttons at the bottom of every description page. So let your users do your broadcasting for you. Word of mouth can go a long way toward drumming up support and spreading the news about your archives. Eloquent also offers an additional members module. Public users can register themselves on your catalog page. Once they've registered and you have approved them, they have the ability to tag photographs to identify people, places, and objects. They can leave comments on description pages too. So you can harness the knowledge of your public to add to the information you provide, and in the process engage them and make them feel like they're participating in history. A number of institutions, Library of Congress for example, are posting their photos on sites like Flickr and generating comments and new information. With Eloquent, you can get that same level of participation, but on the same platform and in the same system. So you'll post your photos only once and have your authoritative description right next to the community editions. So tagging functions very much like it does in Facebook. You select an area of the picture and you provide an identifying label. People can then hover over the spot on the photograph and see the identification. Comments can also be left at the bottom of each description. So this module does come with a moderator option, so you have the chance to approve all of your users' tags and comments before they go public. You, as the archivist, can also use this module to do your own tagging and to respond to public comments and queries. Eloquent offers other modules that enhance your user's experience and help you understand their behavior. A Google Maps mashup comes free as part of our software package. You link your authorities to a geographical location, and maps will display with your descriptions. We have a separate Google Maps module that provides a second access point to your authorities. You get to create a series of geographic authority types, like churches, schools, or hotels. Once you link your authorities to one of these types, the public can search by type and see the results spread across the map. And for you, as the archivist, we have a Google Analytics module. This module tracks and analyzes your users' behavior on your catalog site, including things like where your users are, what are they looking at, what search terms are they using, and how long are they spending on your site. You can use this information to see if you're achieving your outreach goals, to select resources for advertising, or to select content for a popular button or for canned searches. Best of all, Eloquent provides you with, or offers you, a free 30-day pilot project. If you need a proof of concept implementation, we will happily provide you with a free hosting period while you evaluate our software's suitability for your organization. We will give you the training using your own data, and we'll show you ways that we can personalize the system for you. So you then have the option to continue with our software as a service offer, or we can assist you in moving the system and data onto your own in-house server. So let's move into a live demo now, and I can show you some real examples of all of these functions. So I'm going to log in as our senior archivist, which will give me a full range of archival functionality. This is a user and a menu that we provide as a default, and you have the ability to customize it from the administrator account. So let's move under the Archives menu to Describing Archives. Here we have entry forms available for ISADG, DAX, and RAD. Each form contains the fields that are specified by each descriptive standard. Over on the left here, we have a navigation area that's going to help you move through the form. There are often fields that you're not using and some that you're maybe never going to use, so we can help you customize these forms to conform to your archive's practices and standards. As I mentioned earlier, next to each one of these fields is a question mark. These help icons come preloaded with excerpts from the particular descriptive standard, and you also have the ability to modify these fields yourself and maybe provide some explanations or examples that are more relevant to you. I'm going to bring up an existing record so you can take a look at how this form is used. I can click on the full search and pull up the advanced search screen that will allow me to search on any specific field or build a full query, or I can just type in some keywords, which is what I'm going to do, and then push search. So notice that my results show up sorted by file level, or hierarchy level, I should say. I have all of my series, then all of my item results, or all of my file results, and then all of my item results. So I can take any particular one of these and use these hierarchy arrows to see the entire tree for where this thing lives. And then I can always go back down again too, so I can see everything that's in this particular series. So you can move around and navigate in here until you find what you're looking for. You can also sort on dates of creation or level or the forms part of. But for now, I'm just going to tag the Green Acres Home for the Aged and take that and bring it into the form. So what you see here first is your unique identifying key, and then you have your forms part of. This field is where you make that link to the parent level. So we have a file in front of us. You can see that by the level of description down here. And so the forms part of means it's getting linked back up to a series. We have a title and we have some dates. There's a scope and content note, and if it's hard to read in here, you have something longer than a sentence, you can click on the edit button and you can work with full paragraphs in here. You also have the ability to use some basic HTML in here too if you want to see some more formatting. Here's some other fields, physical characteristics, for example. And then down here under access points is where we see our authorities. So there aren't any entered right now, but let's add a couple. So this was a scrapbook for the Green Acres home. So let's see if we can add Green Acres as an authority. There we go. Let's tag that and take it. If there were an authority that I want to add, but it's not already in my list, maybe I've tried searching for it multiple times, but I can't find one, I can just click the Create button and make a new one on the fly. And so here I can fill out things like the name, the authority type, and any other information, administrative history, biographical sketch, and so on. Then just below that, we're going to see the Attached Content section. This is where you can attach digital content, and you can do this at pretty much any level to pretty much any record in the system. So under Digital Images or Attached Images, this is where you attach your digital images, and these are the ones that are going to display as thumbnails on a public search. You'll also be able to see them in a slideshow viewer. There are only 3 spots here by default, but you can add as many as you want, and this form will expand to accommodate them. I can click on multiple to add some photographs. The great thing about the multiple button is I can add in multiple photographs at one time, and I don't need to bring them in one at a time. So let's say I have some pictures I want to add in here. I can select a few. I say Start Upload. There we go. So the next thing I might want to do is add an image label or a caption to each of these. Otherwise, they're not going to be very well identified. I also have the ability to preview any of these photographs that I've just added, in case I'm not sure what I did. You can go ahead and attach high-res images here too. We will set the thumbnail size for you and make that low-res copy available instead. We can also add watermarks on here to prevent people from stealing your images. Under the Attached Documents section, this is where you're going to add other digital content, such as PDFs or Word documents or even video or audio files. Again, you can attach as many as you like here as well, and the form will accommodate to expand them. Then we have some other drop-downs here for whether or not you want to make these things public. Like for example, maybe some of these photographs are private or they have some copyright restrictions. You can change attached content to no, but leave the rest of the record approved for public. And when you're done, you can press Save. Of course, you have some other options. You can click Preview to get a sense of what this record is going to look like when it is published. There we go. And of course, you don't get the thumbnails just yet, but you get a good idea of what the rest of it will look like. And you can always clear or delete or just go back. So let's see another option for entering data into the system. Eloquent Spreadsheet forms are available for files, items, and even photographs specifically. Like our other entry forms, these are customizable. So if you'd like to see a batch entry form for a series, for example, or even for microfilm, we can do that. For now, I'm going to click on Folder Lists. These forms are designed for rapid entry. You don't have a comprehensive set of fields available here, but just the bare bones. And you can also use these in a couple of different ways. One is to establish a hierarchy for entering multiple folders into a box or multiple items into a file or files into a series. The other is to make global changes to any set of objects, so such as changing the upper level or changing a physical location. At the top of all of these forms is where you're going to find the global functions. Not all of them are visible here, but you can see some that show up in different situations. So we see Search, which will allow you to search for existing records to edit. Then you can delete some of these records. Then you can save multiple records with a single click. You'll also have the ability after saving records to read all of your records back in for review or further edits, or to clone your records, or to even send a batch of them to the single web form for additional data entry. Since all the fields aren't available here, this means you can go back to those single entry forms and fill in some of those other fields, like maybe some access restrictions or a better scope and content note. The other thing you can do is use this Excel import button. If you have a list of folders or boxes already listed in an Excel spreadsheet, maybe you've gotten a list from a donor, or you have an inventory somewhere, then you can import them directly into the spreadsheet yourself. So then we have the common area. These additional fields above the spreadsheet hold data that's common to every record in the spreadsheet. When you press save, these values are added to each record in the rows below. So you can have any number of prompts up here. It's configurable. And these prompts are also used as search parameters when you're looking for existing records to edit. So let's actually do that right now. I'm going to search for a series into which I need to add a number of files. I'm actually going to search for the phone level first, just because my series name is a little generic, and if I try searching for that, it's not going to come up. Here we go. Correspondence series. So now anything I entered down here in the spreadsheet area is going to get saved as a file in this correspondence series. I can also add these all into a box. If I already have a box, I can just search for it. If I don't, I can click the Create button and make a new one. So down here in the spreadsheet area, each one of these rows represents a record, and each one of these columns represents a data element. Columns can be added or removed per your institution's needs, and the number of rows, while it defaults at 20, can grow as needed. You can also attach digital content on these pages too. You can attach the files or images, as many as you want, and you also have access to that multiple button again. So what this form is a really easy way to add multiple records to the server with a single click. I'm going to show you a couple of tricks that you can use on this form too. So in this example, all of my files are titled essentially the same thing. Correspondence A through F, correspondence G through M, and so on. So instead of having to type correspondence 15 times, I can type it once. Go down, let's say I have 4 of these. I'm going to go down to the 4th row, type in the equal sign, and then hit return, and it's auto-populated for me. So all I need to do now is go back in and add these details. So let's say N through S and T through Z. If the dates are all the same, I can do the same thing there. Type equals and return. And of course I can always go back and change one of these two if it's slightly different from the rest. Not only can you just copy things down these columns, you can also increment numbers. So let's say I type 1 into the first column for numbers. I go equal plus 1. I do plus 1 because I want to increment by 1. I also have the ability to increment by 2 or 4 or 5, whatever number you want. So that makes these forms really easy to fill out. So let's hit the back button and check out some other things. We're going to move on to the front end now. And this is where we're going to see the social engagement really happening. So to get to this page, you can either get there from your staff login, or you can create direct links and put them, say, on your public website or on your company intranet page. So here we customize your front end look and feel for free. You can change the colors, logos, images, welcome messages, search instructions, and also the related links up here in the corner. You can also customize the access points for searching. The usual ones we include by default are these keyword search fields, the photographs only checkbox, and this top-down button. So when I click on this top-down button, all of the full record groups and collections get returned to me. So I can see the entirety of this archives collections all in one go. I can then use these plus and minus buttons along the side here to expand and collapse the different levels. So here's one, for example. I can also hover over these and see how many records are in them. So I can expand the Jack Layton full and see what series are underneath it. And what I'm also going to get over here on the right-hand side is the detail display. What I see over here is I get and extend all of my physical characteristics. A really nice administrative or a biographical sketch, really. And scope and content, the consists of, get my list of series, and then all of my subject and name authorities as well. So for these name authorities, I can click on any one of the particular authority names to do a new search on all of the records related to that authority. Or I can click on the document icon and see the authority record itself. So I can get more information about Jack Layton and about how many records are related to this subject and how many records have this particular creator. Also on this page, and on all of our description pages, is a Google Translate button. I can choose anything else, say Dutch for example, and it will automatically translate the detailed display for me. And I can always go back to the original, of course. The other thing I wanted to point out down here at the bottom is the Save to List button. It's a lot like a shopping cart. It allows you to save your results to a list, and you can do that either by clicking Save to List or by clicking some of these checkboxes off to the side. They all get saved up here in my list, and I can click View to see all of these. So with all of my results, I have a couple of different options here. One, after I've collected all of them, I can see their detailed archival descriptions, or I can actually select a number of them and send an email, or by choosing this option, it will generate an email that will go directly to the archivist, and I can put in a note saying, you know, I found this number of photographs or these files, and I would like to come into your reading room and search for them at some point, or I would like to see if I can get reproductions of them. It's really handy for your researchers. So to use the keyword search box to do a search, I can just type in some keywords, or what I can also do is use this precision search. You can build a really nice query over here, and what it also does is give you access to your authorities. So if I wanted to search for a particular authority, say Vincent Massey, you know, if I just use Massey as a keyword, I'm going to get a lot of stuff back, and it might not necessarily be directly related to him. But if I choose this particular authority record, then everything that's been tagged with that authority record is going to come back, and it's only going to be results that are directly related to him. So it's a much more precise type of search. So over here now, I've got a bunch of results, and this is great, but I might also be interested in seeing where these results come from. So I can use these up arrows to display the entire hierarchy for me. So I can see what series and all of these things belong to, and I can always click on Restore Results to go back to my original results list. It's time to talk about images. Because descriptions are always interesting, but photographs and your descriptive records can really make those records come alive. This is especially important when so many of your users these days are accessing your collections online. They're not in your reading rooms or your exhibit halls, and they're certainly not in your back storage rooms. So they're not able to see these photographs, records, artifacts, scrapbooks, etc. By attaching images to your Eloquent records, you can really make your collections available 24/7. If there are digital images in your system related to a particular search, they will show up in your search results. But using this Photographs Only checkbox at the top next to the search field will narrow your search to that media type only with one easy click. I'm just going to do a search. I'm not going to use the Photographs Only checkbox yet. I'll show you that one later. But this file has a number of photographs in it. So you'll see in your results list that all of these have multiple camera icon images next to them. So if you see a single camera icon, that means there's only one image attached to a file. If you see two camera icons, it means there are multiples. So if we click on those camera icons, all of those images are going to show up in the slideshow viewer. And you can flip through these and go forwards and backwards. And what you're going to see here is both the title of the file, and this is that image caption that I mentioned earlier, which is really helpful because in this case the file is just called Buildings Part 3, and you can see here that this is only image 3 of 199. So without any further caption information here, I think a lot of people would be very confused and clueless about what it is they're looking at exactly. So this is helpful if you fill out that field. Your users also have the option here to click Request by Email, which will also generate an email that goes directly to the archivist, and they can put in personal requests asking for reproductions and the like. And they can also just view any of these in a full window. If the image is a little bit larger than the slideshow viewer shows it, they can get a little more detail here. And of course you can X out at any time. If you click on the result title itself, then you're going to get that full resource description showing up on the right-hand side. And you also get all of your thumbnails here at the top. If there's a lot of them, you're going to be able to scroll through them all the way to the bottom or back up to the top, and you can click on any one of these and start scrolling through them again yourself. Also, if you hover over any of these, then you're going to get that caption coming up again. The Members module is a great way for your users to actively participate with your material. With this module, members of the public, or whoever your audience is, can register themselves as users. Once you approve them, they have the ability to tag photos to identify people, places, and objects, and also to leave comments on descriptions. Their contributions are put into a moderation queue before becoming publicly available. Of course, if you trust your users, you can turn off moderation and let all the tags become instantly available, which is what we've done for the demo today. So here's how you can register. It's a pretty straightforward form. Your email address, your name, and your physical location. Email addresses and name are really the only necessary ones here, and when they're done they can push save and a request will go to you in the moderation queue. If you're already a member, you can just click on the login button, put in your password, and log in. Okay, so we're going to do another search this time, and I'm going to use that photographs only checkbox. So you see in our results list this time, we only see the single camera icons. So that means there's only one image attached to each of these. And because there's only one, when I click on one of them and it opens up in the slideshow viewer, I can scroll my way through all of my results. And notice if there are any images that have been tagged, I'm going to get a little notice down here that tells me that I can hover over the image to identify people with tags. So for example, there's one, and there's another one, kindly telling me that there's a poster in the background of the room. So let's say I recognize somebody else in here, somebody who hasn't been tagged yet. I have a new ability down here next to request by email. It says add tags, so I'm going to click on that. So adding tags, as I said before, is really quite easy and straightforward. It's a lot like doing it in Facebook. You find your person, you click on their face, and then you can resize the box, make it a little bit bigger, or make it a little bit smaller. So what this box means is that if somebody hovers anywhere in this area, that identification is going to pop up. So let's give him a good name. And we'll press save. And we're just going to need to back out of here and reopen this one again in order to see that. There we go. John Ford is now identified. The other thing I can do on these descriptions is leave comments now that I'm logged in. Quite a number of people have said something on this particular one, mostly me. Do you recognize anybody else? Or I recognize this guy, I tagged him, or oh, I found somebody else. So people can post anything they want here, really. They can ask questions, make some comments, reminisce a bit, and whatever they'd like to say, and then push save. So posting comments is pretty straightforward too. And if you'd like to see that comment, just refresh the page, click on that link again, and the comment is now added at the bottom. So these functionalities serve a twofold purpose. They let the users feel involved in your mission, and they let you take advantage of your users' knowledge. Both sides get a sense of satisfaction, and your collection is now more fully described. You can incorporate this information into your own descriptions, or you can actually choose to just leave it here at the bottom as user testimony. And so you can also, as the archivist, respond to questions here and comments, and you can generate a dialogue. At the bottom of every one of our description pages are these social media icons that I mentioned. So these allow users to share the treasures that they found with others. They can print or email them, or post links on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, or really anywhere else. So I'm going to click on the Facebook link. I'm already logged into Facebook, so all I need to do at this point is just add a comment before I post this on my wall. And I can press Share Link, and now it's on my timeline. So let's just move over and take a look at that now. So this is my Facebook page, and here it is. So also, anybody's now going to be able to see this. All of my friends will see this on my Facebook page, and all of my friends are going to see this popping up in their news feeds too. So if I'd asked a question like, does anybody recognize any of these other students? And if I have some friends who do happen to recognize someone, then they're going to click this link. It's going to take them right back into your catalog, straight to this photograph, where they can take a look at it, look at the tags, look at the comments, and then they'll have the opportunity to add some tags or comments themselves too, if they're already a member, or they can go ahead and register to become a member first, and then come back and start contributing. This is a great way to get more people involved and get some exposure for your catalog. So the last thing I want to demonstrate for you is the Google Maps mashup that comes free with our basic software package. I'm going to do another keyword search. And you'll see on our results here, not only do we have some camera icons, but we have these map icons now. I'm going to click on the description, and you see how that map icon is tagged to my name authority here. So if I click on the name authority, if I click on the name authority details, I get the information about Casa Loma, and then I get the map too. And because this is a Google map, I can do anything I can usually do with Google Maps. I can go further away, I can zoom in, and I can change to satellite, and I can even change to street view. So for current locations, this will give people a great idea of what places look like now, or people can even see, where places, where things used to be and what they look like now, how the area has changed over time. The only thing you need to do to make this connection on your authority records is add in a postal code, or if you have the coordinates, the longitude and latitude, you can do that too. But I think more people have the postal codes than they have long and lat. The additional module on top of that is this Google Maps module, and this is the second access point. So what you get to do here is configure a set of geographic authority type or geographic location types, like subways or churches, hotels, historical sites, whatever you have, and then you tag them to your authority records. So I'm going to do a search here for United Churches, and if I click on the map icon instead of the search icon, I'm going to see all of my results spread across the map. So I can hover over any one of these to get an identification, or I can just click on one of these themselves and get more information about them. This is all the geographical history. This is the address, and here it is. And again, I can do the street view if I want to. And there it is. So let's go back to our Prezi and do a final review. So what Eloquent wants to do is get you up and running quickly. That's really the point, and we try to make this really easy for you. As far as the data entry goes, it's really easy. All of our forms also conform to professional descriptive standards. So it's not only easy to get in, but we make it so you're going to do it right. We have the spreadsheet forms for batch entry, and we also have these import options. So if you have any legacy data somewhere in any other format, or with any other software system, we can import that for you. Accessioning, workflow, and more, we have all of the functionality that comes with an archive system. So we'll do the name authorities too. We'll track your physical holdings. It's a very robust back end. But what we have is this front end, and this is where you're really going to engage your audience. So we'll customize your front page for free and help your image and your heritage brand come out. We encourage you to place links and search boxes on your website to get more people in there and looking at your records. We're really aiming for instant gratification, so you can help them by providing search suggestions and saved searches. You can mark your new materials and give people a checkbox to be able to search just for the new stuff. And you can also let people search or navigate through your full hierarchy with a single click. We also offer these social media buttons on every single description page. This makes it really easy for your users to come in and share the things that they found that they think are really interesting. They'll broadcast these things over the social media, and you're going to get a lot more people coming in and taking a look at your page and taking an interest in your archival materials. The members module allows people to become members, and once they become members, they have the ability to tag photographs, and they can leave comments in the descriptions. This is really a way to get people interacting with your materials. And we have a few other things. Google Maps, there's a free mashup that comes, but we also have this module, the second access point, that gives people a different look where you see results spread across a map. And we have the Google Analytics module too. This is going to track things like where's your audience coming from, what kinds of things are they looking at, what keywords are they using, and how long are they spending on your site. And you can use these analysis results to make some decisions on, how is your social outreach program going? Do you need to change some suggestions on your website, or add some canned searches? See what people really like to see, and then make that happen. And best of all, you can try it for free. We offer a free 30-day trial period. You can take advantage of this and start using our software for 30 days. We will train you on it with your own records and talk with you about bringing in your legacy data and making any changes or customizations you'd like to see. So if you like what you've seen today, please give us a call to arrange a one-on-one demo of the system. If you have any questions too, or just want some more information, please contact us. And the last thing I want to show you before I sign off is our website. It's www.eloquent-systems.com. We have lots of information on here, especially under the software products area. I'm going to show you clients. Here we have a list of all of our clients, most of them, and quite a few of them have given you access to their public databases. So it's a great idea to go through here and take a look at what other people have done with our software. What you can also do is click on this link here at the top, Public Database v.5.2. This is the demo system I was using today. So if you'd like to fool around in here, do some keyword searches, use some precision searches, even go ahead and try to register as a member and try leaving some tags and comments. We also have these saved searches. It's a new feature up here at the top that we're rolling out. Try the navigation buttons, use the translate, even try out the Google Maps and see how you like that. It's all here for you to play with, and we encourage you to use this as a sandbox. So again, if you have any questions, please let us know. We would love to hear from you.